Good evening. This is Mr. Willing, West Virginia. This is your late evening word for today. It's April the 3rd, 2019. Uh, I still have a bunch of stuff kind of screwed up. My truck's still in the shop. Haven't heard from the people. Um, Spent the day with my daughter, and I just want to share something that just happened to us a little bit ago. I decided to ride my bike, so she decided she'd go for a run with me. And I don't know, we probably got about a mile in, and she started cramping. And so we stopped, and she was bent over, and one car stopped and offered to help us out to take her home. And I didn't, I recognized the people, but I wasn't real sure because they were more than one. And I didn't want to send her off with somebody that I wasn't sure about. So we went a little bit further up the road, and another car went by, and I could tell it was a woman. She was braking as she went by, and she turned around. She came back and she says, "Hey, can I give you a ride? Is there something wrong?" And I said, "Well," I said, "honestly, my daughter's cramping. We're probably, we're just around the block to my house." I said, "If you wouldn't mind taking her there, I'd appreciate it." And I said, "Sydney, go ahead and get in the car with her." And she drove off. And I thought about taking a picture of her license plate, but I didn't. And she drove off, and she got stopped at the next light. So I pulled up behind her, and I was going to take a picture. And I thought, she looks like she's heading the right direction. You never see on. She went straight. And then when she got to the place where you needed to turn to go up my street, she kept going straight. And I panicked. I tell you what, I started to sprint on that bike to keep up with them, and they went around a corner and up over a hill. When I got over the hill, the car was gone, and I was like, "Oh, please don't let this be something that we all dread." And so I made a left-hand turn, which was a one-way street, and went up, and there she was parked in front of our house. Thank God. And she was waiting for me to get there, and I got there, and we thanked her. We got to talk and found out she was a teacher, and actually she knew people I knew because I had been a school nurse, but we live in a day and age where we have to worry about human trafficking. And like I told Sydney, she says, "Well, she was an older lady. I didn't think there was anything wrong." I said, "No, babe, you don't understand. They use all kinds of people to hook people and to trick people. It's not going to be, these big mean looking people that are going to grab your children. It's going to be somebody, some grandma looking person, or some young person that looks like the same age. You just don't know. So what I want to do is I want to make you aware of the fact that the danger is there. And where we live here in central West Virginia, we are at a crossroads as far as US Route 50 and I-79. It's like a perfect hub, and we already know that this is a perfect place. It's a hub for drugs and for human trafficking now. So the danger is real. And although my daughter's 21, she's a beautiful young lady. She's somebody that I care about and that I was worried about. And I'm always concerned about her, always praying for my children because I have beautiful children, and I have beautiful grandchildren. And, so I just want to make you aware that the danger is out there. And for me today, it was so real. I was panicked and so relieved when I saw the car parked in front of my house, and this person was actually who she said she was. So be aware, all right? I don't care where you are in the country. I know the dangers here, and I'm always watching for my children and watching for my grandchildren and praying for them. But where you're at, I don't know where you're at. And I know I look on Facebook, and every day there's a child missing somewhere in the country. And sometimes it's multiple amounts of children. And every once in a while we find one. I mean, I just saw this week that they actually had found a bunch of children that were being human trafficked. So thank God for law enforcement. For every department that's in law enforcement, from the local police right up to the FBI and whoever, thank you for watching out for our children, and for going after people that are being trafficked, because that's our modern day slavery, folks. You might not think it's any big deal and it'll never touch you, but I'm telling you, there are people out there trying to grab children. It's been going on for years, and now we're aware of it. And stay aware of it. Stay prayerful, vigilant in protecting your children and your grandchildren and praying for them. Okay? Hey, this is Mr. William, West Virginia. I love you, but more importantly, God loves you. Have a good evening. Shalom.